dream. A call to action, blow up the in-between. Feed your engine, feed the Wolverine. Feed the tension, Mean Green Killing Machine.
The first song is Mean Green Killing Machine, and that is, I had that song musically, kind of every record there'll be a song before it gets a song title that says opener, and then there's usually one that says Sabbath, and there's usually one that says Maiden until it turns into a real song. But there's always one that says opener, and that one was one that I had kind of penciled as the opener.
Mean Green Killing Machine comes across to me as one of the things Overkill does best, and that is write an opening track. I think that we always can smell an opener, and this one said opener to me right away when I heard it, especially because of the drum beat that starts it. Long, minute and a half. Really fantastic.
Goddamn trouble, never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. Ain't never gonna stop.
Goddamn Trouble musically almost reminded me of a country rock and roll song when I first heard it, but played at Mach 10, which I really liked about the whole thing. One of my favorite songs on the record because of the groove of it and the way the vocal lines fit with the groove of the riff, that they both swing together.
Heavier tune, energetic song.
It's a little bit different for us. It's kind of a notier riff that we generally don't do too much, so it was fun to kind of try some different stuff with that song. One of the things on this record, we had a little bit of a harder time sequencing this record because we just liked so many of the songs. Usually it's pretty clear, these are the 5 songs we like best, or the ones that we really like. This record, we liked all of them so much that it was hard to kind of fit the pieces in an order that made sense. We still think old school. We think of listening to a record from top to bottom and the flow of it, and I know that doesn't happen too much anymore, but Goddamn Trouble felt like a good second song, had a lot of good energy in it.
Can you say, I'll be your conscience, I'll be your guide, I'll be the black hand that's not touching the side, I'll be the understand.
It's our first single. That was actually the first song I wrote for the record.
Our Finest Hour, I mentioned earlier in this, is lyrically about recognizing something, recognizing yourself somewhere else. But I think that this is also a very classic Overkill vibe. I think it's one of the things that we've developed later on in our career over past records, that we understand the energy that we have with regard to being a thrash band. And thrash to us is metal played with that energy. This song has that.
A typical Overkill kind of song, you know what I mean? Again, punchy and crunchy.
It's funny how it turned out the last couple of records. The first song that I wrote for the record winds up being the first single. I don't know why that is, but this one, just to kind of get you out of the gate and get you going. Got a lot of classic Overkill stuff in it. Thrashier song, upbeat, lots of energy, good hooky chorus, everything you'd want from a single. So that... But that was the one that kind of was the launching point for the whole record after that.
All of the Commanders shout no fair. All the Hurricaners with their fists up.
I love that song. That's probably my favorite song on the record. I like that one a lot. It's got a little bit of kind of newer metal edge to that song, whereas a lot of the other songs kind of feel, thrashier, more thrash metal, more classic, that kind of way. This one has a little bit of swing in it, a little bit of groove in it, which I like to do from time to time.
Shine On, I think probably one of the more unique riffs on the record. Probably that different nuance that I recognize as something that's been added to Overkill as opposed to something that's being reused by Overkill. So really one of my more favorite songs on the record, specifically based on its difference, and that difference being in the riff.
Shine On, a little bit different kind of chorus. It's a slightly different direction, a little something different about that one.
I don't know if we'll get to playing it. I mean, that's the problem when you have a new record, is that you have a lot of great tunes, a lot of great stuff that you'd love to do, but you can't do it all.
Be a guide, I'll be the black hand that's not touching the side, I'll be the